Yo, so real quick before this video starts, I just wanted to say that I've got a Discord server. The link will be up on the screen and down in the description below. Yo, how's it going? So today I'm going to be doing a review slash showcase on Baimless. Baimless is an €11 a month legit cheat. It's mainly for movement and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get into this. So you're going to want to download the loader. I'm going to be putting it onto a USB drive. Drag it in there. Use 7-zip or WinRAR, extract it, so now you've got the loader. So for my config, there's going to be a mega link down in the description below. It should contain these 3 files. So you're going to want to drag those into your documents folder, .baimless settings, then you're going to want to put them there like I have. Should be a .bl link. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the loader, double click on this, my screen will go black for a second. Double click on that, it'll bring up this menu. Gonna click launch CSGO. So once your CSGO is loaded up, tab back into this, click load cheat. It's gonna inject. As you can see, you just gotta log in with the same credentials that you use on the website. And it should inject automatically. Press insert, go to miscellaneous, configuration, press this refresh button, and you should see all my configs here. Let's get into this. So Baimless's menu is actually OBS proof, so I'm going to have to use display capture to record this video. If the frame rate looks atrocious, I'm absolutely sorry, but there's nothing I can do about this apart from apologize. So I'm going to be running through the cheat and this config at the same time. You can make your own assumptions on this cheat, but in my personal opinion, it's extremely good. So yeah, let's get into this. So in the aimbot tab, we've got it enabled, activation key on mouse 1. Flash check, smoke check, so it's not going to have an aimbot if you're flashed or there's a smoke in the way. We've got the RCS on 0.3. We've got aimbot and RCS set up for all the weapons that it lets us set them up for. Got obviously enabled, no RCS on the Deagle, hitback nearest. On most of them, we've got an FOV of 1.5 to 2.5, I believe. 2.5 being the highest for the AWP. The smoothing of 10 on all of them. No legit anti-aim, a trigger box setup, keybind alt, flash check, smoke check again, reaction delay of 60 milliseconds, hit groups as shown. So the Zeus/knife bot, activation key I've set to E, so it's going to do the fastest way of knifing, which if you didn't know is 2 left clicks and a right click. And if you can see their back, it's just going to simply do 1 right click. If you have a Zeus out, it's going to Zeus them at the highest point of damage. So that's it with this first tab. Let's go into the visuals. So in the visuals tab, you have the option to render in all these different things for your allies, your enemies, weapons, grenades, bomb, etc. So we've only got it set up for the following. We don't have box ESP on as it shows through walls, which you can actually turn off if you change the opacity in the miscellaneous tab, which I'll go through in a minute. Sound rings on 0.6 with a radius of 60, so we're going to be using this as a way, instead of walls, it's going to visualize footsteps for us, which is going to make it a lot easier for us. So we've got flash info, flag that they're zooming, which is extremely nice, you know, so you can visualize the fact that you've seen someone AWP. So in Overwatch, if you can hear them scoping, you can now also see them scoping. Chams, as you can see, we've got the enemy cham set up. If you don't like the color, go to miscellaneous, configuration, scroll down here until you see chams, chams enemies, and chams enemies additional. This is just going to change the colors a bit. So you can tick this box and it will give you walls. You can change the style however you want. It'd be cool if they added a few more options, but I believe the options they have set up are perfectly fine. These are the only real ones I use anyway. They've got pearlescent, but obviously it only works on certain modes. Let's go over to the world. We've got this enabled, got the custom skybox set to night, as you can see here. Post-processing removals, flashbang set to full, because it's a legit config. Third person key set to V. This will allow you to do some cool plays. So, say there was a wall here, you could look around the corner whilst also keeping your crosshair at head height. But then if you saw someone like walking over here, say for an example, you could just flick onto them over there. I'm not too sure how to best describe it, but that's an example I can give. Got some modulation features. This is quite cool. Bullet tracers we've got disabled for this config, but you can enable it. Got it set up for a different config later down the line. We've got the spectator list, which just shows who's spectating you and when. Predict grenade path, so you'll see where your grenades are going to end up. You change your camera FOV and your view model FOV, but I've not actually changed that for this config. Your radar, which will just render in all the enemies on your radar. Crosshair for when you're using a sniper. I'll find it. Here we go. Bomb information, which is just going to display, I think it's where the bomb is planted, how long the bomb's got left, how much damage you're going to take from the bomb, and it will show if someone's defusing, how long they've got left to defuse, and if they've got a kit or not. That's it for this section. Let's go over to the miss section. So this is where you're going to find most of the cool movement features of this cheat. I believe the bunny hop could be not fixed but altered to make it a lot better, but you could also just change my complaint by moving the slider up to 100%. So if I change this down to 10% and I hold space here, instead of doing a bad B hop, which would technically be not gaining speed or momentum, it just doesn't jump at all, which technically is extremely obvious. You know, if you're doing all these amazing jumps and stuff, then all of a sudden mid B hop you just stop. I don't know, that's just my personal opinion, but you can just change this by changing the chances 100%, I assume. Auto strafe I've got disabled, just strafe yourself, it's not that hard. Edge jump, we've got bounce and mouse 3. Edge bug, as you can see, it describes it at the side here. Jump bug, crouch bug, block bot, which is just going to block an opponent. Run boost bot, which is just going to give you easier run boosts. Door spam, if you've ever seen like Franz J or anything like that, then you're going to know what this is. It just spams E as fast as it can on a door. Fake lag, which you can change the ticks for, but for some reason it's not working. I'm assuming it's because I'm not in an actual server. Auto accept, auto pistol, quick reload, and no crouch, which is just no crouch cooldown.
I don't know that one.
So we've got the movement recorder, which is extremely cool. If you want to know where to put the movement recordings, you just go to your documents, Baimless, settings, and records. You can actually change the smoothing of it, which is pretty cool. I'll put some gameplay in of someone using this, because I am absolutely atrocious for this kind of stuff, and I could not even record good movement, but I'm sure you can grab some movement from either the forum or the Discord server. I'll leave the links to them down in the description below. So onto the changes section, I've actually got skins set up for every single config. T side and CT side, they've all got their own theme, but yeah, I think that's pretty cool. So onto the profile section, as you can see, you've got a name changer, which you can spam your name, steal other people's names, set your name to a glitch name, enter a name and then just apply it instead of going through Steam. Change your clan tag to Baimless.xyz. Chat spam anything you want at any increment you want. As you can see, we've got some cool changes here. You can change your rank, your wingman rank, how many commends you have, your XP, and your this rank. I think that's cool. That's not on many cheats. So that's it for the cheat, but I'm going to show some other configs that I've made here in a second, so stay if you want to see those. So in my kinda legit config, this is a config that I'd recommend using in more of a non-prime or like semi rage, you know. It's got slightly higher settings than the last one, but it's a little bit more blatant. We've got same keybinds as always, still no anti-aim. The FOV on here I believe is 2.2 to 3.5. I believe the AWP setting is on a 3.5. Yeah. Roughly 7.0 to 8 smoothing. 0.4 RCS, which I've got enabled on all the guns that need it. A much lower reaction delay, which is 30 milliseconds. Activation key still on alt. Zeus bot and knife bot as shown. The visuals we've got set up, as you probably saw for a few seconds there. We've got box ESP. I actually quite like it because on some maps it's not very visible. As you can see, it's quite a yellowy tint. But on a map like Mirage, this would be barely visible. Flashbang effect, if you want to go a bit more blatant, I'd turn this down to like, I don't know, like 35%. I'm just going to leave it where it was. different skybox, same removals. We got no bullet traces or anything like that. Got predicts grenade path, spectator list, so you know when you can go a little bit more obvious. Hold that trigger bar a little bit closer to an angle. Got the sniper crosshair, as you've seen. You can change the color of this in the miscellaneous tab. Bomb damage and information, which I've already shown you. Radar drawing enemies. Movement set up a little bit more obvious. Edge jump as always. I kind of left these blank because I know a lot of these keybinds are personal like opinion and what your preference is. Reveal rank, unlock inventory, anti-untrusted. You can change the colors if you don't like the chams or anything like that in here. Inventory, we've got all this set up. I actually set a lot of this one up for you, and I've added a lot of pins, which I thought was pretty cool. Look, I changed a lot of this stuff for you, but if you want to use this and make it a lot less obvious, I recommend just changing it to default, changing this to default, and just update. And there you go. Now you can't really tell. It will have your exact ranked, and it will have your exact wingman. So this config is a lot more obvious, as you can tell already by the walls. So we've got the RCS on full, we've got backtracking on full. Sometimes 400 milliseconds doesn't work properly. This is with all cheats, not just this cheat, so I could recommend turning it down to like a 200 millisecond or something. I don't know, it's fine. Set up for all guns, it's normally around a 25 to 12 to 8 kind of FOV. You can leave draw FOV on if you want to know exactly what it is for each weapon. We have got anti-aim set up for this, bound to the right arrow key. Trigger bot sets a no reaction delay. Same keybinds. Auto wall on, minimum damage 70 HP. You can change this back to your personal preference, but most people I know have it about 67-70 HP. Auto Zeus / knife. The visuals, we've got ESP. If you would like to enable, say, the glow on an enemy, you just go here, check this box. Let's only put it on for our enemies, and then let's do, say, I'm looking at this guy here. Oh, see, that's quite nice, but I'm not going to apply this. We got the champ set up. It's kind of like a pinky, whitey, bluey glow. I quite like how it looks. 5% flashbang, so you know you've been flashbanged, but it's not going to affect your gameplay whatsoever. Third person on V, as you can see here. No modulation or anything like that. We've got some bullet traces on. It's going to show that enemies' bullet impacts for a time of 0.5 seconds. We've got a spectator list and your keybind states. Grenade path. Camera field of view we've changed slightly. If you don't like it, you know where to change it. Radar, as always. Custom crosshair, as you can see in the center. Bomb information is always extremely helpful. Movement set up extremely obvious. Edge jump as always, but the rest left blank. Oh, except you might want to turn on. Sorry, I forgot to do that. Ping spike we've got set to 0.4. Reveal ranks, etc. Changer, we've got skins all set up. I think I went for a purple and neon type theme here. Neon and red type theme here, sorry. Got all this set up, so you look like an absolute... Sorry, I need to update this. Let's an absolute godlike stats. So yeah, that's it for this cheat. I think for €11 cheat, it's extremely good. I've been using this quite a bit recently. I'm going to release some gameplay with it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, comment and subscribe. See ya.